Also, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again for the second phase of the quarterfinals, and it's up against Wondhakid and Kelvin. Let me give you a little bit of history about Wondhakid. So he's been winning several of the tournaments. He's been winning the tournaments most of the tournaments that we have organized in the country, and they just ended one that was at Questa TV called the Golden Hour series on Questa TV. He came out as a champion after 5 weeks of intense matches and 6 players. Let's see what he'll be able to do for this particular event, because even before the Golden Hour, he won the MTN gaming competition as well, taking up the cash prize of 5,000 cedis. And he's here. He'll be looking forward to taking the 1,000 cedis as well. Let's see what happens to him for this particular tournament. But I'd say that he really loves money, because he's always been working his ass off to get the money that he needs from the games that he's playing. Let's see what surfaces for Kelvin as well. He's not had it easy in this tournament, right from the group stages. He's not had it easy, losing his first game to Guy Kobe. But let's see what happens. Once again, you can join us on YouTube, the live stream at Thumbstick Gamers Lounge, on Twitter too, the same handle, Thumbstick Gamers Lounge. You can catch the live feed of the events there. My name is Worship Joshua from Pong. So the players are working their statistics well even before the game starts. You need to get your stuff very, very right before anything happens, and then you'd want to lay blames on poor formations and other petty comments you'll be making after you lose. I don't think they've played, or they are playing. Also, the game has kick-started, and it's Wondhakid up against Kelvin. It's Kelvin up against Wondhakid. The second phase of the quarterfinals right here at SID Apartment Jolo. This is the Colosseum 2019. It's Wondhakid up with France, and then Kelvin with the old ladies of Juventus. Kelvin with an early fire into the 18-yard box of Wondhakid. Back to Varane, to Kipembe, to Paul Pogba, to Ousmane Dembele. Back to Paul Pogba, to Ousmane Dembele, to Antoine Griezmann. So with Paul Pogba, Antoine Griezmann, and then the first goal of the game has been recorded for Wondhakid. He's up with France against the old ladies of Juventus of Kelvin. And it's Antoine Griezmann who gives Wondhakid the first lead into the game, 12 minutes into the first half. Paul Pogba controlling the midfield for Wondhakid, Lucas Hernandez. And then Antoine Griezmann again. Juan Cuadrado flashes back to Alexander, back to Juan Cuadrado. Still Blaise Matuidi, Paulo Dybala to Blaise Matuidi. And then he wastes that golden opportunity. So Kipembe, give to Varane, back to Kipembe, to N'Golo Kante, to Paul Pogba. He misses out on that particular pass, gives it back to Paulo Dybala, to Blaise Matuidi, back to Paulo Dybala, to Blaise Matuidi, and then he loses the opportunity. Paul Pogba rushing in with the counter is Antoine Griezmann with the ball, and then he also loses the opportunities. Paulo Dybala gives it to Douglas Costa. And then the defense comes to the rescue. We're 26 minutes into the first half of the second quarterfinals. And then that is the consolation piece. That equalizer by Kelvin that we thought was going to be long has already come. And it's Wondhakid who gets punished with this particular one. These are one of the I can say that these are the two best gamers in the country as we speak, and then getting them facing themselves in the quarterfinals is something that we highly did not anticipate for. But there's a lot more surprises that we're going to get in this game. It's Juventus, Alexandro to Leonardo Bonucci, to Blaise Matuidi, Paulo Dybala, back to Blaise Matuidi, gives it to Alexandro, flex it to Blaise Matuidi, Alexandro, Juan Cuadrado gets it on the left flank, back to Alexandro. He misses on that ball. That's an amazing pass. And then Wondhakid makes the golden opportunity looks useless. Juventus, Juan Cancelo flags it to Douglas Costa. That was an amazing display of skills. Looks a bit difficult for both players in this particular game. Exactly what you would always want to see when the best meets the best. Becomes difficult for either side to have an easy run over the other. Still with Juventus, Blaise Matuidi gives it to Alexandro, gives it Juan Cuadrado back to Alexandro, looking for a passageway through the midfield to the 18-yard box of Wondhakid. Gives it to Miralem Pjanic, gives it back to Blaise Matuidi, back to Miralem Pjanic, Douglas Costa, and then Ronaldo misses out. He fires very wildly, but it fails to enter into the goalpost, and the first half has just ended. It's 1-1 for both sides. The second phase of the quarterfinals of the Colosseum 2019 right here at SID apartment in Jowulu. Is it going to be a very difficult one for Frank Wondhakid, the match tutored gamer in this particular country, to get into the semi-finals? At least if you'll not make it to any stage, I mean, if you don't make it to the finals, for the semi-finals he should be there. If he misses out, that would be a very painful exit, because he'll be missing out on his pedigree. And then Ousmane Dembele comes to the rescue. The keeper gives it to Samuel Umtiti. Passes it widely to N'Golo Kante. Ball is still with Kylian Mbappe. Leonardo Bonucci, Juventus gets it. Leonardo Bonucci to Miralem Pjanic, to Alexandro. Juan Cuadrado, Blaise Matuidi to Paulo. Juan Cuadrado to Dybala, and then Cristiano Ronaldo's wild shots gets blocked by that defense. Still Juventus mounting a lot of pressure on Wondhakid's fans. And the keeper comes to the rescue. Hugo Lloris comes to the rescue of Wondhakid. And it's Wondhakid trying to use the counter to punish. And it's Frank Wondhakid. It's Frank Wondhakid. It's Frank Wondhakid. And then he misses this opportunity. This was a clear one that he could have punished Kelvin with it, but sluggish play did not allow him to. Popoba to Blaise Matuidi. Antoine Griezmann. And then the defense comes to the rescue. Alexandro to Juan Cuadrado, to Blaise Matuidi, to Paulo Dybala. Miralem Pjanic, and then Cristiano Ronaldo misses out on that particular opportunity. You could hear the arid and unflinching support from the supporters here. Everybody wants Frank Wondhakid to lose, because he's being a threat. He's being a hurdle to most of these gamers in several competitions that he's participated in. And it's Kelvin with the counter. Still finding his way through the midfield. Alexandro, the ball gets to Alessandro. Gives it to Miralem Pjanic. To Paulo Dybala, to Blaise Matuidi. To Blaise Matuidi again. To Miralem Pjanic, to Paulo Dybala. To Cristiano Ronaldo. And then his shots gets blocked. Amazing defensive tactics from Frank Wondhakid. Amazing defensive tactics from Frank Wondhakid. Would have to commend him. He's been superb with his defense in this game. Samuel Umtiti from Wondhakid losing out on so many ball possessions. Douglas Costa. Still with Blaise Matuidi. Blaise Matuidi gives it to Miralem Pjanic to Blaise Matuidi. And then Kelvin is making it very difficult for Wondhakid to make his way through even his own half. And then Quadrado loses out on this. And then Kelvin evicts Frank Wondhakid from this tournament. And then from Wondhakid gets out of this. As I said, this would be a bit lower comparing his pedigree from the several competitions that he's played. And Kelvin, who's had a bad start in a game, has seen it through to the semi-finals. Let's see. This tournament has been full of surprises. Let's see what the semi-finals and the finals gives to us.
Oh yeah, it's another week and we are looking forward to some Friday night fun. If games are your way to de-stress, come through and wrap up your week with some great games. Listen every Friday from 4 p.m. all the way till 1 a.m. And with just 20 Ghana cedis at the gate, you get all access to games being served on the house. Come and enjoy games like Jenga, Ludo, Snooker, Uno, Karaoke, Basketball, PlayStation 4, Xbox One games, and so much more. Locate us at the Sit Apartments in Jolu, right opposite the King of Kings International School. Come and enjoy game night with a party atmosphere. It's Friday night and it's game night.
Yo, see my team, we are the baddest. Coming in, me, I know they see nobody have it. Small money where they go for wallet. No, they look me even if the camera be red and no be carpet. You know be TV, no be callous. See the way you talking like you say your mother, know they show you manners.